If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for your support.
On our right, the Western-style building is a villa attached to the Belgian embassy, and to its left is a villa of the French embassy. Thank you once again for joining our tour today. We will soon arrive at the pier. Hello, and welcome to our cruise. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be announcing the various sites around the lake and providing some background information. We wish you a very pleasant and relaxing excursion on Lake Chuzenji. 海抜2486メートル。The large mountain on your right is Mount Nantai, the most famous sacred mountain of this region. Sometimes other names are used for this mountain, including Kurokamiyama, Fudaraku-san, or Futara-san. At its top is the inner sanctum of the Futara-san shrine, where the spirits of the shrine deities reside. The summit is 2,486 meters above sea level, about 1,200 meters above the surface of the lake. Ahead of us on the right, along the lake shore, is the Chugushi, or middle shrine of the Futara-san shrine. In the Shinto religion, this middle shrine is the highest-ranking shrine of this district, which was formerly the province of Shimotsuke. The Futara-san shrine consists of 3 different shrines. The main shrine complex is next to the Nikko Toshogu shrine. The middle shrine is on the lake shore, and as we mentioned before, the inner sanctum is at the top of Mount Nantai. Founded more than 1,200 years ago, the Futara-san shrine enshrines the deity Onamuchi no Mikoto and 2 other deities. On the grounds of the middle shrine is a building called the Hokugaku Nankokaku, where Emperor Meiji stayed in 1876 during a tour to the Tohoku region. The emperor wrote, "Climbing up on the rocks, one can see the lake with its boats." There is also a treasure museum that houses several national treasures, as well as artifacts excavated from Mount Nantai and elsewhere, that highlight the mountain Buddhism traditions of the area, which date back to the Nara period in the 8th century AD. A magnificent festival called the Tohaisai takes place each year, centering on the inner sanctum of the shrine on top of the mountain. It lasts for 1 week, starting on the 1st of August.
ひときわ高く頂上が2つに割れております山が日光白根山でございます。前方に見えます山並みはナッパ山系。
Ahead of us is a mountain range called the Nikko Mountains, part of the Nasu volcanic zone. The prominent high peak, which actually has 2 peaks. Its summit is 2,578 meters above sea level, about 100 meters higher than Mount Nantai. This mountain lies in neighboring Gunma Prefecture. The mountains to the left of Nikoshirane are Mount Suzugatake and Mount Shukudobo-san.
お子様連れのお客様はご注意ください。ありがとうございました。竜頭の滝へは左の方へお歩きになりまして、
Thank you for joining our boat tour today. We will be telling you about the sights as we proceed toward the Chuzenji tour boat pier. Welcome to our sightseeing excursion. We'll now present some background information about Lake Chuzenji. mountains. Mount Nantai was formerly an active volcano, and lava from its successive eruptions eventually blocked the river in the site of Kegon Falls, creating the lake. Lake Chuzenji is about 6.7 kilometers long from east to west, and about 3 kilometers across at the widest point. It is one of the largest high-altitude lakes in Japan. The water is very cold. At midsummer, it reaches 23 degrees Celsius, or about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. In February, when the numbing north wind ravages the landscape, the water temperature falls below freezing, although the surface is only rarely covered in ice. It is classed as a temperate lake. Lying between two large waterfalls, Yuzu Falls upstream and Kegon Falls at the outlet, Lake Chuzenji has never had a natural population of fish. However, salamanders and other amphibians are occasionally seen, and an aquaculture program has been stocking the lake with fish since the late 19th century. In a few moments, we will pass a small island to our right. This is Kozuke Island, the only island within Lake Chuzenji. The tomb of the priest Shodo Shonin, who opened the Nikko area to Buddhism, is on Kozuke Island. Also entombed on this island is Tenkai Daisojo, a top-ranking Buddhist priest of the Azuchi Momoyama and early Edo periods, who served as a trusted advisor to Shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu, and who was responsible for rebuilding the Rinnoji temple complex in Nikko, which had fallen into disrepair in the late 16th century, and for reviving the town of Nikko, which had long been in decline. On the left is Mount Nantai. From here we have an excellent view of this beautiful mountain that is known as the Mount Fuji of Nikko. Like Mount Fuji, Mount Nantai is a cone-shaped stratovolcano. The lava that flowed from eruptions of Mount Nantai dammed a river valley to create Lake Chuzenji, which later led to the formation of Kegon Falls. And so the mountain helped to generate the beloved natural features of Okuniko. Of Mount Nantai dammed a river valley to create Lake Chuzenji. On the right is the peninsula called Hachodejima. At its tip is a temple to the Medicine Buddha, and this landform is sometimes called Teragasaki. The name Hachodejima means protruding knife because of the way it juts into the lake. Thank you very much for riding with us today. We have arrived at Embassy Villa Memorial Park here. On the shore to the right is Tozawa and the Utagahama Beach, where our boat will be stopping. With its fine scenic views, has several villas that were originally attached to foreign embassies and many guest houses. As we look over to Tozawa, at the far left, away from the other structures, and above a stone retaining wall, is the British Embassy Villa Memorial Park. To its right is the Italian Embassy Villa Memorial Park. The former embassy properties are now in the care of Tochigi Prefecture, which has opened them to the public. In a few moments, our boat will arrive at Utakahama. At Utakahama, in the Chuzenji Tachiki Cannon Hall, is a many-armed cannon statue that was carved some 1,200 years ago by Shodo Shonin, who opened the Nikko area to Buddhism. He used a single adze to carve the Buddha image from a katsuda tree while it stood fully rooted in the ground. The image is about 6 meters high, and the body has 42 arms. Please disembark here to visit the Tachiki Cannon Hall. Thank you for riding with us.